It's been pretty viral lately. Daz, Death Row, DOG, discrepancies, disputes. I just seen all those D's, so I just try to keep it going. But anyway, and Daz been threatening to sue. And I remember when I was hearing all this, it was sounding familiar. Like this ain't the first time we've been here. Sliding through the YouTube streets, Reggie Wright on Bomb First had a title saying this is how much Daz got the last time he sued Death Row. And I'm assuming he's suggesting that it's not worth it and Daz is wasting his time. What I am aware of is that Daz cannot stand Reggie Wright. Oh, my mama. With no further ado, we finna see what Reggie claims Daz and these Death Row lawsuits have been up to. Oh, my mama.
Okay, I saw not long ago Daz was a guest on All the Smoke podcast, and he was talking about, and he's talked about this before, but I wanted to get your take. He was kind of bragging about how he stole music from Suge, and he took this and took that from Death Row. What are your thoughts when you hear Daz repeating the story over and over?
Well, that's Daz's claim to fame that he punked Mr. Badass Suge Knight and his understudy, Reggie Wright, I guess. That's his claim to fame. All right, let's clear up some stuff because I know a lot of people say it and Jazz agrees to it. That Jazz got $25 million from Death Row. Okay. Daz got a default judgment for $25 million because Suge, for some reason, he don't like to go to court. For some reason, especially in the 90s, he would not go to, he'll go to court on some criminal shit, but civil shit, he has a hard time going to court because he thinks he's a fucking attorney and shit always get dropped by the waistline because he be trying to play attorney. Well, okay. Daz got, guess how much he got from that judgment? Probably not one red cent because it was in the bankruptcy. And they got dismissed in the bankruptcy. So Daz need to stop lying about this. He got $25 million from Death Row. That's a lie. All right. Now, the real things. I punked Reggie because he didn't know, and all I did was play, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you.
Last time we did a Reggie reaction, that must have been some old footage because it was looking like Reggie was losing his weight. This one, on this date, looked like Reggie straight. Yeah, it had to be old footage.
Oh, Daz. Okay. So he drove a U-Haul up and punked me and took the reels, right? Is what he says in the interview. And I may be running some of the interviews together because he, like John said, he done spoke on this so many times.
If you or your child spent years growing up on social media and experienced serious, now Morgan & Morgan is.
Well, that's a robbery. And if y'all don't think y'all can't believe that I'm just killing, because I done heard somebody told me I've been responsible for 5 people that got killed, which is not true at all. But if any of that's truthful, those of y'all want to believe that, y'all can't believe Daz came and robbed me, drove up a U-Haul truck, and took all the Tupac reels.
I mean, they say Suge is this big gangster known dude. They say Buntry slapped the shit out of him. So 2 things can be true.
All right. This didn't happen, y'all. But what Daz did have, and Suge, being the suave dude that he was, he got up under, and that's why Daz is so angry. He got up under Maria, Daz's baby mama, this chick from Indiana that had Daz convinced she ain't never been with another man but Daz.
She brought them reels back. I remember.
And she was Maria was cool. One of the coolest chicks. Y'all know how down Kenya is? His first baby mama? She was cooler than Kenya, to be honest. But nah, you can't be as cool as Kenya. Kenya too cool. But Maria was the wife and the baby mama that Suge got up under. And so she was telling him how he had these reels, about 10 or 15 reels at his house. And she was like, what? Okay. And Daz had just bought her because she the one that turned Suge on to G-Wagon when Suge went out and got that G-Wagon, right? And so he had her to go one day and bring them up and load the studios up and bring them to Track Studio. Suge, would you please talk about stuff like this and all of that bullshit? How that time when we had her come up to Track Studio with all of those reels in the back, and what we did, what we had Butch Small do, that's when we took the reels that he had, but she was like, I can't go home without these. And what Reggie come up with the smart idea to do? We put blanks inside the...
Or maybe this is the old footage. That might be what's going on.
The reels and let her take them home. So now Daz knows this is what happened to him. And so he always like to tell this story like this is what he did to us. I'm telling y'all, this is what happened. It happened.
I was there when the reels showed up. I remember in the G-Wagon. I remember that motherfucking, the flat dolly, they like put them on, they roll them up out the motherfucking thing.
I remember Suge came, it happened on the weekend because they had went, because I wasn't even fucking with Suge then. He just called me up there and was like, Red. And I came up there because we were still cool. But this was, he had just came from Super Bowl. The Super Bowl that happened in 2002. That weekend is when it happened. Super Bowl that happened in,
remember, I was right.
in 2002. That night. I'm just trying to say that just so Suge will remember. When we had to go up the tracks, and that's when we took and switched out the reels on Daz.
As I remember it to be, we were recording at Track Record.
My nigga Butch. Butch was a cool motherfucker.
Studio, and a young lady, I don't even know who it is or whatever. I've heard that it could have been Daz's wife. But anyway, she brought in a couple of reels, maybe 2 or 3, 4. And I think it was allegedly said it was Tupac reels or something like that. So when she brought the reels, there was a switching of the reels, the actual...
Crazy how details vary. He say 2, 3, maybe 4. Reggie say like 15.
Masters out and other blank, brand new tape put into the box. Now that I do remember, and that was under the, I was at the studio because I ran studio. Mr. Knight was there, Reggie Wright was there, and a few artists were there, you know what I'm saying? But it was studio business as usual when this happened.
Now, whatever Daz had before then and all those, y'all gonna be saying, oh, Daz was selling us.
Right, Mr. Knight.
Well, number one, I bet none of y'all could ever say y'all got any Makaveli and Daz Dillinger CD. But Daz was the king of that then because he was good. He had a little studio at his house. Don't y'all remember that hit he made with when he did a remix with Usher and all of that? He probably had never seen Usher before in his life at that time. But that's what Daz was doing, taking his vocals and putting them on songs with other people's vocals and stuff like that. And that's how Daz was smart. Daz was smart in keeping his name alive like that. But that's what Daz was doing, and that's what Daz did. Why Daz keep like trying to tell this story about the $25 million? He slammed and beat up Reggie and Suge. He stole the reels and all of that. I don't know why Daz like keep telling that, but I don't know who's the biggest motherfucking liar on YouTube. Either Fat Joe, Suge Knight, and Daz Dillinger.
Hold on. I know you didn't stop your list right there, Reggie. How you gonna forget about your partner?
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county.
What the?
Lying like a motherfucker.
Let's put it in the comment section. Who tells the best story lies than those three?
Those three they not even to consider because this dude takes the cake.
So Spider looks at me because we go back to the juvenile side of the county. What?
He said that bullshit with a straight face. I'm gonna tell you this. I had a couple of in-person interactions with Daz, and I don't believe he smashed and took that shit like he say. If he say that, I ain't heard him say it, but Reggie say he said it. If he claiming that, I don't believe it.
Get you some money, you gonna feel different.
Straight up.
You might even, all that other advice I could have gave you, this the short version. You know, get you a couple dollars, man. You gonna feel different.
Nip Hustle. Big shout out to SPI, Spotter Low. You know, I'm in the black box. Had to come through, tap in, show love one time. Yeah, y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Stay tuned. All that.